Everyone, first game of the finals. Yep. Let's see how people do. Good setting of finals. We have one rook player, and then we have a lot of bishop players and 2 unranked players. Crazy noob group this game. No, I'm kidding. Because it's a new season. So my personal favorites for this, Fancy Pants and Rang, Pickle Dark Horses, everyone else. Good question. Maybe the real dark horses are the favorites, and maybe the real white horses are the dark horses. Maybe color doesn't matter at all. Maybe I'm being horsist here for no reason. So, which 5 costs do we have in? Akiro, I mean, it's gonna be hard to go dragons in these games. I think you can do it, but it is definitely something you really have to fight for if you want to make work. Thins, Centaur. I would look to go Centaur. I would like the thing I'm thinking here that is like I would look at this late game and see. I would look at this late game and see in Centaur with Tauren, basically. That's really good. And I would also see this is really good for 6 Orc. Yeah, that's probably the main things I would see. I do not expect people to go dragons because dragons are just really hard in lobbies like this unless you get a crazy favorable game. You bet for Corkhead. Corkhead played really well last time. And he also played well in a tournament setting. Like, he played to win. It is interesting to me that Gonmat is not level here. You would not see me not level here when I have 3 mech. Because 1 win here is worth... Oh my... To me, this is a very greedy way to play. So, 3 people leveled. So he is just incredibly lucky that he did not face 1 out of the... Like, he had 3 out of 7 chance of facing someone who leveled who would beat him. He also got nanobots on there, temple. But I think you don't want to be greedy when you have this board. You want to basically push. You want to buy all of your units here, and you want to use the heart of the machine. There's no way he's saving this. I cannot explain how much I disagree with playing this way. This is so greedy for reasons I do not understand. Early Bounty 2, very nice. Pickle Rig, early Mars 2, early Spirit Breaker 2, very nice. And Knights, Orcs, very good. Everyone's trying to play strong board. 2 people are going lost. Fancy Pants, who has resigned himself to playing for a loss here. I think that's a good choice. And Makasu as well. Double upgrade, very nice. I think Fancy is just playing what he needs to play. Yes, they are. So I do think when you play in this sort of lobby, you need to think, can I dominate the early game with my units? If the answer is yes, then you commit for that for as long as you can. If you can't dominate the lobby with your units, then you need to commit for something different, probably for economy. Doing a middle thing is often what hurts you the most. Like, you want to play a strong board, but you're also losing. Priest early is very nice here, I think. This is Priest with winning relic, though, like with winning talent, probably a huge punishment. He also lost 3 rounds already. So he's lost 3 gold already. Rang playing strong with his units. Fins here is good. Very nice. Kid playing both a strong board and really good eco. And has Priest already. Very nice. Very nice. 10 with Undead. Undead is very strong, but you are reliant on either playing from a strong position or knowing how to play from a weak position. I like picking it early, and then you need to commit. That's the important thing. If you pick win, you need to be able to recognize that you're in a position to win. If you pick loss, then you're playing hyper eco, and the only reason you're playing board is to save HP. Cannot pick. If you pick one and then you go for the other, it's often really hard. And did get... Oh, he's not playing knights against knights. I mean, you all know I hate this. It's very important that you stack your knights, so you start with Knight Shield. Does he lose this regardless? Probably, but he could have a shield on both his Dawn and his CK. If he had shield on Dawn here, the Dawn would have cast Fire Wraith, by the way, 100%. So this fight would be probably won if Dawn started with shield. It would at the very least be very close, because Dawn would kill this, and almost this with Fire Wreath. But not having knights against knights is a huge mistake. And it makes me... I get frustrated when I see players who are queen do this, because it is such a tiny positioning thing. Make sure that your knights are touching other knights. If we look at Arthur, knight against knight. Double Kunkka very early. I would probably be benching 1 Kunkka here in case I want to take it. And Fancy Pants actually took the streak of Rang while playing for loss. Crazy. Yeah. Good eco. Oh, is it Meepo SF again? No way. Bottle. Double Shadow Fiend Razor. So watch Hacker lose. I will explain it to you. Knight pieces, you see when you read this, right? It says, knight pieces who have nearby allies will gain a divine protection shield immediately. I imagine you can see how it says that, right? What it simply means is that if you have 2 knights positioned close to one another, or like either touching one another, or like diagonally next to one another, they will start with the Knight Shield. And Knight Shield prevents 50% of physical and magical damage for 3 seconds, I think it is. This is something you always need to make sure of when you play knights, that they are touching another knight. Yeah, it is incredibly important. It is incredibly important. And of course, some people will not know this, but I would imagine that most people who play Queen know this. Almost every unit in the game, sorry, almost every class in the game has an effect like this. If you read the Warrior as well, it also says, Warriors have double bonus from fortified armor while below 50% HP. That's also really important to know. The first movement of Sin's pieces in each round causes assassins to leap over to the back of the enemy lineup. The first blow after backstab leap is always a critical strike with a random bonus damage amplifier. Also really important. Monks used to jump. I played 6 Knight Draenei the other day. It was okay. And Fancy, good position. This is a better relic than last time. Or like an easier relic than last time, I would say. Mango is better, but not just good. And Stinban and Stinban. Oh. What is he banning Sins for here? Oh, he's going... Wait, he's banning Sins. Oh, he's going Marci. Okay. And Gonmat is going Goblin reroll. What do you mean, IB? Do you think Mikasa has ever gambled for Gyro? IB. Mikasa has never done that. If you move them to the backpack, Watch Tracker lose, they turn into like instant tangos. So rather than using them on a tree, you can use them by just clicking your inventory. This is just faster. So if you need to use your tangos in like a blitz, you can do it earlier. You can do it more easily. That's the only change. Picklerig lost to Fancy Pants earlier on round 9, I think. So, Marci, Goblin, maybe Draenei Elemental, but I would be a little bit precarious about going Draenei Elemental here. Mostly because you're going against Fancy Pants, who's going to probably go Meepo SF, who I would say has better items than you. And also, Meepo SF blows Goblin Draenei Elemental out the water. Like, it's like a counter both because you could contest it on the Enigma, but it's a bigger counter because you just don't usually have a good way to deal with all of the magic damage and the pure damage you get into. We will see. Can thing undead here? Okay. This is fine. Orchid, late game with Rapture. He will go for some kind of strong late game. This could be a 6-orc late game. It could be dragons. He's keeping his options open. I really like how we've been seeing Orchid play, by the way. Like, I really like... In all of the games we've seen Orchid play in this tournament, I really like how he's been playing. He's been playing really smart. He's been going for, like, good late game and good reroll things. Like, he's not been making his games complicated. Also gonna be honest, I don't think he's the strongest person in the lobby. But you also don't always win because you're the strongest person in the lobby. Sometimes you win because you're the person who's playing the smartest in the lobby. And I think in several of the games we've seen him play in, he has been the one who's been playing the smartest. Which is sometimes what you need to eke out an advantage against players that might be a little bit stronger than you. When I played in my first tournament, that was 5 months after I started the game, I got 3rd place to Classico and DAC, and I could almost have won. And I think the only reason I got that far was because I was playing smarter while being a worse player. While being a way worse player than almost everyone in the lobby. I was just smarter about the choices I was making and the builds I was going for. And I think he is, again, and I'm not saying Korkis is not a good player because he is, but I think he's also just really playing smart. Draenei. You could have considered not banning Draenei here because Arthur is going maybe still Drain Elemental. And if he is, then you know that the Drain Ice will be bought by him. You could have considered going for like a better ban. Could even have banned Sins, because there will be a lot of Sins in the game. I think Sin ban would have been really good for Fancy, but it's also expensive. I was just about to say I would go for a loss here. You definitely want to get as much gold as possible. I would sell this. Rang just playing smart. He's going for a good build. He's playing Marci. This is not complicated. Like, you don't always need to make the game hard. I think this is a fault I have often when I play on the ladder, is that some games I just make way harder than I need to, rather than just playing something that is inherently strong and that can deal well with the position that I'm in. So the two people, actually just the one guy we see struggling the most would be the Knight guy here. The reason he's struggling, and I'm saying that, is because not a good relic March. I think it's pretty bad. It works alright in Undead because you're playing for tempo anyway. And also currently he's looking to go 9 warriors. And 9 warriors gets cooked by this, and this. If you press 9 warrior here, you don't see any 5-cost warrior. And literally the 4 reroll boards all hyper-cook you. You are really gonna be in for a world of hurt. With a bad relic, not streaking. I hope I'm making very clear why I don't think this is the correct choice. There's nothing right now that is making this a choice that is reasonably good. Something that could reasonably be good would be actually 6 Beast reroll. He also has a Lone Druid early. I don't think he's the type to go for that, but that could actually be good in the lobby. It's fairly good against this. Against a lot of things here. Maybe, that's what I'm hoping, Ryan. That is what I'm hoping. We will see which late game Corkit goes for. Having the IO right now is also really nice. Really feels good. The castle with the human ban. This could be some 4-cost reroll shit as well. Fancy saving his gold, rolling his unit. The issue with playing this way compared to the way he played last game is that your HP is much lower, so you don't have the flexibility of losing with like 1 or 2 rounds. 2 tangos with 33 health. He has like 41 health in total. That's pretty damn risky. Mikazu with the early Lash drop, while he already has Lash. Nice. Exactly, I'm newbie. That's kind of the worry. That's always the issue when you do it with the Rapture, is that if you just have bad tangos, then you are in a much, much, much worse position. And specifically, I'm worried this game because you see Centaur here. Centaur is very good against Meepo SF. It's very annoying. You get charged down, and the Magnus costs his RP, and then everything you had is just useless. Rang pushing levels, very good. Very good. Came from Rang. Good eco. Has a strong ban. has some of his units already. Very nice game from him. I'm not sure he committed too much, but this is... Yeah, I mean, he's definitely not switching out of Meepo SF. But it's just like, this is where you need to be very careful about how you play. Because one bad loss and you can lose the game. He has a lot of gold though, like a lot of gold, right? So it's about finding the units with your rolls, surviving until round 25, and then getting your HP back. But it is kind of risky. Orchid with both Disruptor and Warlock. Okay, very nice. And Tidehunter, 15 gold. That's really, really... really good rolls. That is also true, I'm a newbie, but he will sell for sure. Will sell for sure. Dastin ban for Core Kit. Not sure about this. Use for fancy. 1-8. The 6 humans switch. Good choice. He has the Kunkka on the bench. Yeah. Should be playing Kunkka over this. And he should be playing Knights against Knights. I think he's kind of fucking up here. Because he could ditch... Okay. It's a good dragon game. Like, if you can get dragons here, dragons are very good with these units. Dash, Tide, Zeus. Mana Boots, Bottle, Bassi. Clean this out. Arc Warden is in as well, okay. So Arc Warden is in and Earth Spirit is in. So Arc Warden, Disruptor and Earth Spirit. Ooh. And this guy is going 9 Warrior here. I do not like this. I think 9 Warrior here is really, really weak. I'm gonna be honest. This was a super bad choice. This was... like... Let's just be frank. He won his lobbies group, and he must have played really well in those games for sure. But this is an absolutely terrible game to go 9 Warrior. You always lose to this. You lose to this. You lose to this. You lose to this. You lose to this. There are 5 builds in this game where you almost assuredly lose. And it's not like you beat the other 2 things either. No one is doing... what's it called? Like... no one is doing a like Hunter or Luna reroll, you will get cooked. Like, and the only way you can scale is going like Kunkka 3 or Doom 3, which is like hard. We will see though, but I feel like you have so little you can move with when you do this. Like, your options are just not good. You just beat Gonmad. Great. Gonmad is level 7. His board is not strong before he's level 9. He just used his egg on an alchemist. He doesn't even have Doxia yet. Like, that's crazy. Mikazu is dead to Korkid, and Korkid is playing 6 humans. And Korkid has Jakiro. I think what we're going to see here, though, is does Ken know how to play this game here? Because if he goes for dragons here, I almost guarantee you he loses. I don't think this is a game where you go dragons. You need to, as fast as possible, you need to find the Spectre, and you need to find the Wraith King, and then you need to try to center your game around them. If you try to go dragons here, I think you're in for a lot of hurt. But Korkid, great game here. Amazing game. The Tide 2, Kunkka 2, Coddle 2, good items, Zeus on the bench, Lesher on the bench, Warlock on the bench, great, like great position, great position. I think so as well, Shy Smile, but the issue is, if he goes for that, it's fine, but if he goes for something different, it's probably not fine. He also doesn't have Venge yet, right? Which is like, maybe you find it, but maybe you don't. Orchid rolling quite aggressively here. He's rolling for Viper. Not finding what he's rolling for. He just sold his Dragon Knight. I presume he was not looking to sell Dragon Knight. Yes, I can, Crow. Basically, if the unit that wears the cap survives, you get an undead unit that corresponds with that unit's level and upgrade. So if you cap Coddle, you will get a 4-cost undead. If you cap Slaughter, you will get a 2-cost undead. And then there is a cap on level 5. So you can't get something that is... You can't cap something that is a level 5 or above. And the unit that you use it on disappears, yes. So you lose the Slaughter here. You would want this on the Arc Warden if you want the triple Dagon. I think it's better on Arc Warden because you only get double here. Okay. Again, Knight can never win this game, and this is why I don't like this build. Sometimes you play something where you play for top 4, but if you go for something where you're going for top 4 and you know that the build legit can never beat like the majority of the lobby, you're putting yourself in a position where you, like... Yeah. On, maybe? Pipe? The stats. Pipe, nice. Good item. Yeah, Arthur sadly made the choice to contest, maybe not knowingly, but contesting Fancy Pants, which made his game really, really, really hard. The issue, and not just Fancy Pants, but also contest Gone Mad. So in essence, he was rolling for the same units as Fancy Pants and the same units as Gone Mad, which just makes your game incredibly tough to play. And this is already it's a build that is kind of tense in whether or not you make it work. Yes, I do roll. I do roll 100%. Enigma is such an insane upgrade. And also, once you get Enigma and Race upgrade, you can play Ricky Bane instead. 100%. If you don't get the upgrades, you can't play Elementals and you can't play Ricky Bane. 100% you go for them. I think if Corkit had been really tight, he would not have he would have played 6 humans here as well. Yeah, you roll on 7 or 8. Like if you'd been really, really, really tight with your things here, you would have rolled, so you could have gone. You could have rolled on here as well. Like you could have played 6 humans here. You ban warrior. Right? Or maybe elf? Maybe sins and you switch? I think I would just ban warrior. Without key, you ban Draenei. Yeah. So now you see the strength, the double, the triple Ricky. Really, really good. Double items, triple items on Arc Warden, sorry, not double. The Marci Ogre. Threshold, yes, it will be 8 points again, Mikazu. And Radiance. Time to go... he has pipe, he has pipe. But yeah, I would probably be looking to go Naga Centaur here. I think that's like the really hype play. But the thing is, look at this dude. Look at this dude. Do you think he knows how to play Rang? Rang knows how to play. He knows what he needs to do to win. Like this is how you get to be a good player. This is what good players do. They already now have the switches set up. Marci is an ogre. A Gyro 2 for a 3 Demon Hunter with... Okay. Oh. I mean, you shouldn't die. Oh. Knight is out. No huge surprise to me. I have some really good music for later on there, Cyberhygge. Once we get into a really tense game. Holy shit. Corkid lost 20 health. Yeah, but Corkid is quite weak. Oh, but this is... It sounds like I'm ragging so much on these players. But I hope you all understand where I'm coming from. If Corkid had Magnus over the Coddle, you don't really need the Coddle in this board. You're playing 4 guards. You would much rather play Magnus here, because Magnus beats the Shadow Fiend. Magnus deals with Meepo SF. You charge in and you RP, and then your units will go off. You buy all the time you need. And he dies to the Ogre Marci. I think this is a mistake from Corkid. At some point you need to recognize, I don't need Coddle anymore. Fuck Coddle. Rather than play Coddle, I'm gonna play Centaurs, Tidehunter, maybe go for Tidehunter 3, Deuce, and that's gonna be my damage. You would much rather play a Magnus here. Like a single Magnus over Coddle saves him like the 20 HP he lost against Fancy. It's like a tiny mistake, but that's like, I think people often get like, they get too focused on doing one specific thing with the build rather than realizing that sometimes you need to change around what you're doing. You need to pivot a little bit. So Rang obviously really strong here. I think he should be looking to add Centaur as soon as he can, but he's saving his gold. This is very likely for a level so that he can go Centaurs. He does need Hex, yeah. Elementals won't even do it. If he gets Hex, however, he will have Arc Warden Hex. Ken is probably also going to die to someone. This is very nice, though. 3 Demon Hunter, still a little bit sus. You would probably ditch this and go Wizards instead, so you had 4 Demon Hunter, 6 Undead, and by probably, I mean, you would 100% do this. Like, this, or like... You... Oh, I guess Prison Ditch. Okay. Okay, then it's a little bit tougher if what's correct here. Okay. Onaga, also very good. Kills the majority of his Centaurs. Yes, you can ban Assassin and roll in 7. See how Rank does it. 4 Demon Hunter is much better for Ken. It's very, very good for him. He will win this round because of the 4 Demon Hunter. 4 Demon Hunter is very, very good. And Gonmad is out to Fancy Pants. I do think he played... he plays a lot of Goblin Draenei. And I think he misplayed because he plays this so much. I think he should have pivoted in the late game, and I think he should have played his early game differently. Like, you don't want to play Goblin Drain Eye against this. Or this. Or this, really. Yes, Mariana. Bloodthorn and Stature Arc Warden. With 4 Warlock. Very nice. So, Fancy versus Pigglerick. I think you win here if you play 4 Centaur. And I do mean win. I guess it's harder now because of the Satyr, but yeah. One Monkey King or one IO. Oh my god, that's Mirror Shield as well. Holy sh... Crazy items. Ooh. Oh. This could go either way. I think Fancy might... I think Pigglerick might blink badly here. And if he blinks here, it's bad. GG. You needed to blink in the middle, I think. Oh, Mirror Shield! Holy Mirror Shield. Whoa. Wait. Oh my god. Not over. And this is creep round. He will get Monkey King 3. And then he will eat the panda. Will he get BKB? Like, you definitely don't need the Basher. You can roll for BKB. This is called Marci Elf or MILF. A very strong build. Somewhat, yeah. The thing about Vonk was that Vonk was... I mean, Vonk was something that was fun to play, but it was not honestly that strong. Meanwhile, Marci Elf is honestly that strong. You have a lot of flexibility in how you play your board. You would probably rather eat this than this, though. Because I don't think the Brewmaster does anything at all. I think this is a mistake. Because eating the Brew is a lot more HP, right? Eating Brew is like over this... It's like the difference between 1200 HP. And Brewmaster didn't do anything. Just cruising. Yeah, I definitely think you eat brew here. Yeah, you really wish you could add like if you had Satanic here or like something that gave lifesteal, it would be so good because you do so much damage. I think this is way better. Does anyone remember how much HP she had last fight? She had like 6,200, right? This should be like 7,400 or closer to that, I think. And damage-wise, it will also be 70 more damage every auto attack or so. Something. You got like one item, I think. 7,500. Oh, Elemental's cooking him though. Or Elemental's cooking him. Or Elemental's cooking him. GG. Good game. Very well played from Fancy Pants. Meepo SF again. Very, very nice. Just a good game. Honestly, not much more to say. Not super complicated.